We're on the road Friday with the UAlbany football team at Morgan State out of the MEAC, and a team that lost last week to Towson 10-0. UAlbany with a really good performance and showing an effort on the road at ODU came up a bit short, 31-17. The head coach is Gattuso. Somehow made it to our studios. I've only seen you for about 30 seconds. And look like you are way under the weather.
Oh,
there,
don't do this. Don't give him credit for playing hurt.
Look at him.
You got to fight through like the players.
Where'd you get this?
Well, it might have been the rainstorm that they said wasn't going to happen during the game Saturday. I'm trying to figure out when I should have picked being a weatherman.
I know that was we had.
The forecast an hour before the game was no rain.
Right,
radars were clear.
Monsooned.
It poured the whole game.
Oh. It was an interesting weather day for sure. Your team, though, I would assume you got back and took a lot of positives, even though you lost the game, which you obviously wanted to win the darn thing, and you had chances because it was a one-score game with 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's a shame. We had if you remember in the fourth quarter, we had them kind of backed up, and they threw a little screen, and Jamal Robinson came up, and we had 4 guys around the ball. It was going to be a 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14. Would have put a lot of pressure on him. We're down 7. We were playing good, and we just got a little inadvertent face mask, and it's a 15-yard penalty. And next play they hit the bomb, gives them, I'm not sure they would have even thrown that pass if they didn't have that penalty, and they took advantage of it. And the kid made a great play, and but it's a shame. I thought we were really coming. We thought we were gonna, we were definitely gonna go for 2. Thought we could hold them and score and go for 2 and try to win that thing, and it just wasn't to be.
And your defense forced 3 turnovers against a team that just does not turn the ball over. They only, as a team last year, ODU only turned the ball over 4 times the entire season.
Yeah. There was 2 other ones running around there too. There was, we got them to fumble 3 times, and 2 of them were rolling around the ground. It just did not roll to us. And, but all in all, it was a hard nose. I was happy with the kids. They were gutsy, resilient. It was funny. I went in at halftime with them and I said, do you understand you can play with these guys now? And we came out with a totally different attitude in the second half. And it's normal when you step into that environment and against a team like that for kids to doubt themselves. It just is. They're big and athletic and talented. But I thought we acquitted ourselves well, but just couldn't get the win.
Craig, we all kind of jumped to the conclusion that ODU is going to be the best team you face all year. And that may be true, but where do they compare with Richmond and New Hampshire and James Madison? Are they comparable or are they better?
Well, individual games, it's hard to play the comparison battle. I would say ultimately, talent-wise, they're probably more talented than anybody in our league. Maybe JMU would be the exception.
Yeah.
But it's, they also was a first game for them with a new quarterback, and we took advantage of some of those things, and we took advantage of our opportunities off 2 turnovers and scored points. And I always preach it. We have to play our game, and we did play our game. We didn't panic. We kept pounding away, and 21-3 became 24-17, and an opportunity to tie the game or go ahead. And so it's hard to compare. But I would say their D-line and their receiving core and their running backs would be hard to duplicate in our league.
I know one thing as we talk with Greg Gattuso and get set for our road trip to Morgan State and Baltimore, Maryland on Saturday. A steady dose in the second half of your freshman running back, Carl Mofor.
Yeah, we're at our best when we can run the ball effectively. That opens some things up. I thought Brunson played a really good second half. People were hard on our quarterbacks, but we're slugging it out with a team that played in a bowl game last year and playing pretty even. And I sometimes it's frustrating for me as a coach. It's hard. I mean, we try to play winning football. We're not flashy. We're not gonna. We're not going to throw the ball. If we're throwing the ball 50 times, we're probably losing. And we're just not going to be that kind of team right now because we're building. We try to win games. We kicked the ball really well. I thought we out-kicked them.
Sussman was tremendous.
He was good. Our kickoff coverage was good. We let the one punt get out. It was just a little bit of a mistake. But, what we value, we did well. And we're a lot like an NFL team in what we value. We value the running game. We value big plays. We value turnovers and kicking game, and that's how we played. When we play that way, we're pretty tough to beat.
The week leading up, actually, and even weeks, plural, really, when EB was kind of on the fence, will he, won't he play? I know you were a little cautious about just throwing Mofor out there against this type of opponent when he's never played a college football game before. When in that game did you realize, okay, one, the kid can handle it, and two, we need to get him the ball more?
Really, if you look at the play calling, it was pretty consistent when either one was in. Like I said, we're going to play our style. We thought KJ played well, to be honest. I thought KJ he had a really good run early, ran the safety over, made a couple good runs. But we know that Carl was comfortable fast. And when we came out at halftime, our philosophy has always been try to rotate the backs and play the hot guy in the second half. And we thought Carl was a little hotter, and he runs with a little more power, which I think fits our system a little better. If you can run through that first tackle and get to the second level, then you can split them. And he did well. There was a couple runs where an experienced back would have broke. He got tripped up or didn't pick his feet up, and and lost in all the shuffle. And I'm happy with that our guys played so hard. But boy, when you take an All-American running back out, it can change. It can change a lot of things. And I think that those two did a great job replacing EB, and that's the good news. And now it's up to them to continue to do it.
What is the status of EB Token Hanks going into the Morgan State game?
My thing with him is I want him to practice, and then we'll make decisions after that. I'm not going to make any decisions till he goes out and starts practicing.
So he has not worked this week.
He ran full speed on Monday and Tuesday, and he's definitely progressing. We're hoping today he's going to do some individual work. The doctors have cleared him. He's just got to get over the hump and go. And I'm hoping he does. It's a long season. We need all our guys out there. We'll see where he goes, but I'm not going to make any decisions on anything until I have to, and I don't have to right now. And I need him to get out there and play. I'm hoping he's going to practice today some, at least limited practice.
A lot of that is straight line running, Greg,
right
that he's
now.
done. Yeah.
Yeah. And look, our rehab people have done a great job with all our kids. I mean, Jay Geiger and Matt Barber, our weight coach, and our doctors have we are student athlete first, and if they're not comfortable, they don't play. And that's really where we're at right now is, EB had the little setback, but I think that's over with, and we knew it was a 2-week type deal. And
okay.
I'm hoping I'd love to see him get some practice in today and tomorrow. We'll see though. At the minimum, I'd like to see him practice in full go next week. And if he isn't, then, we'll make a decision.
Good, Chris.
No, I'm just going to say I've never had a major injury of any sort, although then you do have to be athletic to have a major injury is what I'm told. So
every once in a while your hair's not quite as curly.
But I would always choose a broken bone. I mean, granted, the severity of it matters, but I'd always choose a broken bone over a torn ligament. Right? There just seems to be this mental hurdle that everybody has at one point, trusting that ligament again at full strength, where I feel like the bone's going to come back. It's going to grow back to full strength again. It'll heal. The ligament is just a different kind of thing.
Yeah. So it's mental, I think a lot of mental, right?
It's with all injuries though. I mean, I've had it with kids with labrum tears that have had major surgery. Any type of surgery that's not a week or two, meniscus or something like that. These guys that rehab all summer and it takes 9 months to get back, there's a fear factor because they don't want to go through it again.
Sure.
And I don't blame them.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, I'm not unhappy with EB at all. And I want to try to encourage them that we need them. And, it's a long season and injuries happen and we need him back. And he's a guy, if we can get him back, we will. If we can't, then so be it.
Question mark coming into the season was the inexperienced up front in the offensive line. How did you grade out the O-line? I know 7 sacks on the quarterback, but I thought you ran the ball well at times. How'd you grade them out?
Well, we protected them a good bit early. Again, we're trying to win a game, not set records. And I knew if they knew we were passing, we would have trouble. I knew that going in. I talked to my staff 2 weeks ago about, guys, we can't one-on-one with these ends. Their ends are talented. These guys are really, really good. And, we did some things that, I thought we drove their ends crazy for a while. We were using Anthony Manzo-Lewis and Murad Hussein to chip them and chop them and just try to get in their heads a little bit. And, but give them credit. They kept coming. Most of the problem we had for most of the game was the inside pressure. They got some inside pressure, but, the thing is that the way they battled, that was what gives me hope with our offensive line is I thought they really, if you just saw that last touchdown drive, they were dog tired. They were shot almost, but they kept fighting and they kept playing and they pushed the ball in the end zone. And then we had the 2-minute drive that they did a pretty good job on. The sacks are way too many and we're uncomfortable with that. But when you're behind and you got to throw, trust me, I coach D-line. I coach good defensive linemen. not a fun situation to be in. And I think 4 of them came in the fourth quarter, if I'm not wrong. So we were pretty good early. But I'm pleased with. They're young and they're committed and they play hard. So so far a positive. I mean, we need them to come out and play good this week. This team's good too.
Morgan State. We'll get to that very quickly here. You'll feature Will Brunson on the UAlbany Football Weekly Coaches Show this week. It'll be our in-studio guest or on-location guest at the Recovery Sports Grill in Guilderland. But we'll also talk at practice today with a little big board sports salute here to our local product from Mechanicville, Nate Atowski, man, calling his name a lot on Saturday night. He led your team in tackles with 10.
Yeah, actually, I think he had 12, and he played well.
Right, it was 12.
Nate, I was very concerned when excuse me, with that Nate wouldn't be able to handle it, but what he's done through camp and in preparation to play this year, he won the job immediately and has not looked back, and you got to give him a lot of credit, and he's played. I thought he played well. Coaches were happy with him.
Yeah.
The best part of Nate is he can control his situation really well. He can take on blocks. He can handle pass coverage, but most importantly, he can get us lined up right, which is really the most important thing.
All right, Morgan State out of the MEAC. What do we know about Morgan State? I know they only lost 10-0 to Towson, which is a big rivalry game for them to open up the season last week.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. I know Towson very well and know their coaches, and they've been a pretty good football team in our league. And Towson had their hands full. They only had 102 total yards offense. Morgan State smothered them completely. They had offensively, they had a lot of great opportunities. They missed like 2 field goals. They shot themselves in the foot with penalties and some turnovers. But I thought Towson played smart and won, but I'm not sure they were the better team that day. And I think that that was a wake up call for us and our staff. And and as I say, this league. The old days when I was at Duquesne, I knew I had 6 or 7 in my back pocket, but our schedule, they're all battles, and we know we're in for a tough one. Back-to-back road trips. We're going to have to get down there and play well. They have an excellent defensive line as well, so we're going to really they have a linebacker that's outstanding, better than anybody that they had on last week. So, we're going to really have to play.
They're eighth out of in the MEAC preseason. Yeah,
there are going to be a lot of people, Coach, that just expect you to win this game, but when the game is over, you'll be let's call it a win. You'll be satisfied when you see your team do what?
I've always, and I talk to my kids all the time about if we play our game, if we do what we do and we win, I'll be happy. I think that ultimately that they go hand in hand for us. I can't think of many games that we've won over the past 3 years where we were outside our comfort zone. And it's a big part of what we do. That's why sometimes the criticism of the quarterbacks is a bit harsh, and the way we play on offense is we trust our defense. We're going to kick the heck out of the ball, and we try to generate big plays. And I think, Carl and KJ both give us a chance to have some running game big plays, which really helps. And I think our receiving core was better. I thought they, against a FBS secondary, they were open. We missed 3 guys wide open for big plays in that game, and that happens. We had 1 drop and 2 wide open guys, and that happens sometimes. But they're the big plays that when we take a shot for a big play, we've got to take advantage of it. And we don't take 25 shots to have 5 completions. We take 8 shots to have 5 completions. That's just how we play, and that's who we are right now. But I thought Diggs was really good. I thought Brad Harris was outstanding. Having him back, he made some great plays for us, and we're going to continue. I think our tight ends were really good, so we're going to continue to expand our pass game.
All right, let's go get some lunch at the Recovery Sports Grill in Guilderland.
Awesome.
How's that sound? All right, and feel better.
I need to feel better. I haven't even eaten today. You know I'm sick when I haven't eaten yet.
Hope you get that appetite back, Coach.